Right, let's see. My next appointment should be coming in very soon. Good. Be a fun one. Oh, hello there. Welcome. Are you my 3 o'clock? Wonderful. It's delightful to meet you in person. I mean, I've seen you before in the scrying mirror, of course, when we first made contact, but it's always much easier to get a read on someone's energy and appreciate their aesthetic appeal in person, of course. Well, welcome to my tailor shop. I specialise in creating ornate and incredibly unique garments for each witch or wizard to really bring out their purest expression of self. So, I believe when we spoke through the mirror that you were looking for a new ritual outfit for the Sabbath, right? Wonderful. That is very, very exciting. I love creating those outfits. Is this for the midnight masquerade on All Hallows Eve this year? Wonderful, wonderful. Let me just make a note of that so I know, timeline-wise, when I need to have things finished for a first fitting, all of that sort of thing. Very important to make sure that we don't feel rushed. Wonderful. Well, did you have any particular ideas about what sort of style of garment are we looking for? Robes, a suit, a gown? Okay, wonderful. Good. And what about colours, materials? Did you have any sort of ideas, or would you like my suggestions? Okay, yes, of course, of course. Any sort of descriptive words that you want this outfit to convey? Words like powerful, or elegant, or serene. Any of those sorts of words, something that fits you the best. That's an excellent word. Good, good. I can certainly keep that in mind as I am designing. I'll also be taking some auric measurements of you, just to make sure that whatever I create is going to complement and enhance your aura instead of taking away from it, of course. We would not want any garments to do that. So, today is really just an initial consultation, alright? So I'm going to take some very detailed measurements of you, physically, of course, with my measuring tape. And then, as I said, I'll also be taking some less physical measurements. Measuring things like your energy, your auric field, the colour of your aura, anything like that, just so I can make sure that whatever I create will fit you in every sense of the word. Alright? Good. Do you have any questions before we begin? Not to worry. If you happen to think of anything, please feel free to ask at any time, alright? Now, as I'm getting your measurements, I might ask you a few more questions as well, okay? Just so that I can really get the best read on you. Oh, for example, are you going to be pairing this outfit with a hat? And if so, could you describe that hat to me? Okay, sure. I see, alright. That makes sense with the colours that you were speaking of. Okay. And what is the size, roughly? Wonderful, alright. That sounds stupendous. Well, when I call you back in for our first fitting, I would like you to bring that hat, okay? So that we can try on the whole ensemble together. Get a good feel for it. I do also have quite a few other accessories, things like jewellery, power rings, things like that if you would like to either purchase or have on lent for the night, we can talk about that too, alright? Okay, well, without further ado, let's begin with our measurements. There we are. Nothing magical about this per se. Just the inherent magic of creativity and individuality. I'm just going to be taking this and getting measurements of your entire body. I do also like to take some measurements of the face and the head, even though I won't be creating a hat for you. I just like to have all of the different proportions as I am creating the garment, alright? And then just in case you decided to add something like a forehead chain or designs, painted runes on the face, anything like that, I can accommodate that, alright? Okay, good. Well, if it's alright with you then, let's start out with the face, shall we? Good. Now, for this, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to hold perfectly still or anything like that. In fact, it would be best if you were just comfortable, natural, alright? No particular expressions or anything like that. If I need anything specific, I will let you know, but for starters, just however you are most comfortable, right? Okay, good. Right, good. This way. Good. Right. Right, good. It's between the eyes. Do you normally have any sort of facial adornments for the different Sabbath celebrations? Okay. Oh, lovely. Yes, I know that, having different runes or magical symbols that mean a lot to you is, of course, very common. Especially during All Hallows Eve, Samhain, whatever it is that you would like to call it. Okay. Let's write down those measurements. Good. Right, a few more of the face here, just to make sure that we've got what we need. Alright, now could you give me a nice smile? Good, lovely smile. Right, good. And now you can hold your face just neutrally. Right, good. I just like to make sure that when I ask you to do something, I also tell you when you can stop. Maybe it's obvious, but just in case it is not, I don't want you sitting there going, can I stop smiling now? It's a bit awkward. Alright, I'm going to just reach around your head here, alright? Just good. Measurement here. Okay. Good. Thank you. Now I'm going to do the same, get a measurement around your neck, alright? Very important when we're working on necklines or collars, especially collars, those sorts of things. Alright, good. So, tell me about the ensemble that you wore last All Hallows Eve. Because I don't want it to be incredibly similar. It's alright if you have, a certain style that you like, but any sort of details that you remember that really stand out to you about your outfit last year. Oh, interesting. Okay, sure. Sensing a bit of a theme here. No, it's all right. We all have our preferences. Could you hold your arm straight down at your side, please? Thank you. We all have our preferences when it comes to style. Certain colours that we gravitate towards, certain aesthetics, certain fabrics, all of those sorts of things. There's nothing wrong with having, a consistent style. I just don't want to look like a copycat. Alright, could you hold your arms out for me now? I'm just going to get to the circumference of your chest. There we are. Pardon my reach. There we go. Right, good. Now take a nice deep breath for me. Fill up your lungs. Good. And now push all of the air out of your lungs as much as you can. Good. All right. I like to have both measurements, just so I know, so that it will fit you like a glove, as it should, but not be too constricting as the dancing and the ceremony starts and the blood starts pumping. Alright, those are measurements. Good, 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 good. Now, would you prefer a jacket or a cloak or a cape? Would you like it to be hooded? I suppose possibly not because you're wearing a hat, but they could still have a hood so that it's a versatile article of clothing for later, of course. Alright, good. And would you like that in the same colour as your garment, or would you like it to be a bit different or incredibly contrasting? Alright, sure. I will put a few different options if you're not entirely sure. When I come in to show you my initial sketches so that you can sign off on them, I will have a few different options for an overpiece. Always get to be prepared for different weather, and of course, whatever we decide for your outer clothing will be magically enhanced to be waterproof and cold resistant. All of those things, of course. Quality is most important. Yes, we appreciate style. Yes, we want to accentuate your natural beauty, but we also want it to be pieces that are long-lasting, perfectly crafted, and incredibly useful. Alright, now, pardon my reach one more time. I'm going to get your waist and your hip measurements, alright? Just that around you. There we are. Good. Down a bit there. Is that your hips there? Right, good. Wonderful, thank you. Now, I will be taking measurements so that if this evening you have some sort of grand vision that is different than what we've discussed here, you are welcome to contact me by scrying mirror anytime and change your mind. I should have enough measurements to do really any sort of garment. I like to be quite thorough, especially for new customers. So, just so you know, what we are discussing here now is not set in stone by any means, alright? You are welcome to change your mind up until I start actually creating the garment, of course. So, by the time I show you the sketches and you tell me what you think and we really finalise the sketch, then changing your mind incredibly drastically will be a bit different, obviously. But, of course, there is always some magical changes that we can make, if need be. Far be it for me to stomp on any other witch or wizard's creativity. Alright, now I'm going to just get a few measurements of your legs, alright? So just stand nice and naturally, okay? You don't have to stand stick straight or anything like that. Just going to... right, good. Good. Okay. What is your shoe size? Alright. That sounds about right. Alright, good. Good. Okay. Lovely. Let me just write eyes down. If you don't mind me asking, how did you hear about me? I didn't recognise the name when you requested a consultation. Oh, she is lovely. Oh my goodness. One of my best customers. She is in here all the time looking for an entirely brand new wardrobe. You know, magic is something that is so personal to each person. And sometimes that connection that you have with magic stays the same your whole life. And sometimes it is incredibly fluid. And the different elements of nature, the different energies around us just feel different. So she wakes up all the time and says, I have an entirely blue wardrobe and now I want everything green, or now I want everything purple. Something. It's quite fun though. We have fun together. So she suggested me, Good. Well, she always seems like she's very pleased. I'm glad to hear that she is. And hopefully you will be as well. Right, wonderful. Now I'm just going to sneak around to the back and get a few measurements, just, from the back, right? Okay, just a moment here. Alright, now again, you don't have to stand stick straight, just stand naturally for me, please. Okay. Right. Right, could you hold your arms out for me again, please? Good. Alright, wonderful. Alright, thank you for that. You're doing an excellent job of not being so stiff. Sometimes, first time people, when I'm trying to get their measurements, they just feel quite stiff. I understand having someone so close to you is perhaps not something that most people are used to. I try to be as friendly and not threatening as possible, but I understand the discomfort. But you are doing a very nice job. I'm not sure if you're feeling uncomfortable, but you don't look like you are. Good. There's really nothing to be uncomfortable about. I want to make sure that whatever I make you fits you perfectly, accentuates your best features, and brings out the truest, most dazzling side of you. Speaking of which, actually, what would you say physically is your favourite feature about yourself? And perhaps a feature that you wouldn't mind if it wasn't accentuated. All right, yes, wonderful. Of course. I can see that. Good, love that. And any features that you wouldn't mind if we didn't draw attention to? Sure, all right. Not to worry. That is probably more common than you would think. I want to make sure that whatever I put you in, you will feel comfortable. All right. Good. Well, I think that does it for the physical measurements, alright? But as I said, I would like to get just a few measurements of your energy, your aura, things like that as well. Okay, got just a few little tools over here. These very powerful little tokens. These are called coins of Hecate. Our beautiful goddess, Hecate, of course, the goddess of magic, and the goddess of crossroads and decisions and sort of a guide. Anyway, she's the goddess of all kinds of things, which I'm sure you know. But she also helps to discern people's energies a little bit, alright? So I'm just going to take these little coins and just place one on your forehead and then one on either side of the temple, alright? Okay, so this purple one goes right there, good. One blue one right there, good. And then my final blue one just on this side, right there. There we go. Those will help to just give me a bit of an idea of things beyond just the scene. As I said, I would not want anything that counteracts with your energy, your aura. Now, sometimes people come in and they give me ideas of what they would like, and they actually are a bit conflicting with the readings that I get on people's auras. So, should that be the case, I will let you know very honestly what I found, and I will think of some solutions that could be perhaps a good compromise. But the decision ultimately lies with you, alright? I'm never going to force you into something that you wouldn't be comfortable in. Although, something tells me that that won't be the case with you. What you described to me, I'm just getting the sense that it will fit you very nicely. Alright, so those are going to need just another moment. Why don't you, as those are going, just tell me a little bit more about your particular magic. Do you have a certain field of magic that you practice more regularly? Certain elements or energies of nature that you feel particularly connected to? Anything like that? Okay, of course. Certainly, yes, I can see that in you. What would you say is your greatest strength when it comes to your magical practice? That's lovely. Good, good, good. Right. Wonderful. Do you have any sort of familiars that mean a lot to you? Oh. Oh yes, I have a cat. He's somewhere around here. He likes to go off and do his own thing when I'm taking measurements. I don't particularly need his help for that, but he is a wonderful companion. There we are. Right, anything else that you can think of that I might need to know to make you the best garment possible? Okay, sure. Of course. And you don't have to tell me anything, but if there's anything in your personal life that might, matter, I suppose, you're welcome to divulge that, but of course you don't have to. I just want to make sure that I don't do anything wrong or triggering, I suppose. Ah, all right. That is very good to know. Thank you for sharing that with me. And don't you worry, I have very strict client confidentiality. Nothing ever leaves my shop. All right. Wonderful. Well, I think that gives me a really, really good idea about who you are as a person, as a purveyor of magic, and just as a soul. Alright, that's probably long enough. I'm just going to come over here and just remove these sensors, alright? There we go. Okay. Yes, alright, that makes sense. Right, yes, it's all pretty much what I was expecting. That's very good. It means that you have a rather good idea of who you are. Let's see if this one says anything different. Ah, interesting. Don't worry, it's all good. This one just says that sometimes you have a tendency to doubt yourself, but the people around you in your life know that you are incredible and very reliable, even if they don't say it. Alright, let me take this last one off here. There we are. Good. I see. Good. This one is just telling me about what a big heart you have. I was kind of getting that sense already, but nice to see that I was correct. Alright, well, as I said, I think that I have everything that I need. At least for now. I will start working on some sketches. Generally, I like to give people a few different options, and they might be very different, just to sort of give you an idea. And I'm always happy to accommodate ideas that you have about the different sketches that I give you. Like if you like one thing from one sketch but you like another thing from another sketch, I am more than happy to put it all together. Generally, I have 2 meetings with people with sketches. The first to show them just sort of my thoughts, to hear their thoughts, and then the second to confirm any sort of changes or extra insight that you can give me. Sometimes, just saying what you want is one thing, but when you see it on paper, you might have other ideas, other feelings, other insight, which is perfectly wonderful. As I said, I want it to be perfect for you. And I do have some clients that it takes, well, more than 2 meetings before we have a finalised design. That is perfectly fine. I am more than happy to work with you as long as we need to. Well, I suppose if we want to get this done by Samhain, then we don't have as long as we need to, but we can work in as many meetings as we need to. Don't you worry about that. I can work very quickly when I need to. So, do you have any other questions for me at all? Alright, well, should you think of any, or should you think of anything that you didn't tell me that you think of, later, you are welcome to send me an owl or contact me by scrying mirror. Really any time, alright? I'll be happy to hear from you, always. Alright, wonderful. Well, thank you for coming in today. I hope it wasn't too tedious. And when I have a few sketches for you, probably, well, maybe by tomorrow evening or something like that, I've got a few ideas already percolating. So I will contact you when I have some sketches for you to look at, alright? Alright? Well, I will see you then. Until then, have a lovely day.